Hey folks, welcome to the Flipside. I'm Sam.
I'm JT.
And this right here is our top 5 games that should be in the top 100 over on BoardGameGeek.com. If you don't know what Board Game Geek is, you should. There's a link in the description below where you can go check it out on your own.
Yep.
But it's basically just a huge board game related website where it has a database of more than 85,000 games and it ranks them all. And so what we've been doing for the last 3 videos is taking a look at the top 100 games over on BGG and scrutinizing it.
That's right.
Picking on it. I like that better. Just picking on it.
Yep.
So we did one list that was games that we did our top 10 games that are in the top 100. Then we did our top 10 games that in the top 100 that shouldn't be there.
Yep.
That was our first negative list we've ever done.
It went over well. People liked it.
I tell you, man, it's hard.
It was very fun.
It's hard being a good guy.
Nah, I'm not a good guy.
And this one is our top 10 games that are not in the top 100 that should be in the top 100.
Yes, indeed.
So JT took a much more analytical and educated vantage point for putting his list together. I just used my top 100 and went that way.
Yeah, fair.
So it's pretty simple. That's what I usually try to do. Use the KISS method.
The KISS method.
Yeah.
If you kiss her once, if she doesn't kiss back, you leave her.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
Keep it simple, stupid.
All right.
That's what I do.
I never keep it simple. It doesn't
All right.
work.
So here we go. This is our top 5 games that should be in the BGG top 100, but are not.
Yep.
Let's hit it. I am a huge Viking games fan. I'm not a Minnesota Vikings fan.
Okay.
I'm just a Vikings fan. I like Viking lore. I like Viking stuff. I actually have Viking runes on myself, so you get it. This is one of the best historically themed, historically based Viking games that I know of. It is called 878 Vikings, The Invasions of England. And this has the ability to play with 2 players, 3 players, or 4 players. If you play 2 players, you have a Viking player, you have an Englishman player. If you play 3 players, you have either 1 English and 1 Viking, or vice versa, whatever. And then the other 2 people take the other side. And then 4 players, you have you basically split up both sides.
Okay.
It's a 2-player game.
Yep. Sounds like a 2-player game.
Just play it with 2 players.
Yep.
And it is really, really fun. It has all of the different aspects that you want from a historical Viking games. It has real people that were involved. It has, the king comes back at a certain point in the game, and you're trying to get all the stuff done. And if you don't, English gets a lot more. The English player gets a lot more powerful. That kind of stuff. It has all of that stuff. It has variable player powers because each of the different characters that are in the game bring a different thing to the battle. All of that kind of stuff. It's got really neat little English and really neat little Viking miniatures. They're literally that big. So Academy Games did a great job with it, and I've always really enjoyed it. It should be top 10, but I think people are just tired of Viking games at this point.
You think it should be top 10 of all time?
I'm sorry, top 100. Sorry, top 100.
It should be top 100 of all time. You think tens of thousands of people should love this game?
Yeah, because it teaches you stuff. It teaches you about the Viking invasions of England. Yes, you do. Everybody wants to learn something. Anyway, I really enjoy this game, and I think a lot of other people should as well. It's a great historically themed Viking game. Most Viking games are all like fantasy, mythical, romantic, whatever. This is historically based. It's good.
Okay. All right. Fair. Well, my number 5 will teach you some things. That's for sure. Now, actually, my number 5 currently.
I don't like how you said that.
My number 5. Yeah, my number 5 currently is at 111. And I think that it will jump. It will continue to climb into the top 100. It has continued to climb anyways, but I think it will end up in the top 100. And there is a possibility it's been in there. I don't know if it has.
Let me guess. Let me guess.
This one could be a crossover. If we have a crossover, this was it.
Wait. Final Girl.
Final Girl.
Yeah.
That's correct. Final Girl is a fantastic game, and the fact that a solo-only game has made it to 111 proves how freaking good it is.
Yes.
It is so good, and it teaches you all kinds of things. How to run from the poltergeist, how to run from the alien, how to run from, whatever, all the bad guys.
Useful material.
That's right. How to get
how
away
to
from
survive
a
if you find yourself in a horror movie.
That's right. If you find yourself in a horror movie, this will teach you something. Final Girl is a fantastic game. It's a modular game where you take any final girl you want, and now there's a whole pile of them. You take any bad guy you want, and you take any scenario, any location you want. The USS, I don't know what it's called, the Normand or whatever it's called, because they can't do the Nostromo or you know what I mean. But you can take any of those things and you can mix them together, and you can play a really fantastic game. Of course, each of the killers comes with their own location, and you can play those together too. This is a really good. This is, I think, my favorite solo player game, period.
That's
but I think it's going to climb. I don't think that's a far stretch for thinking it should be in the top 100.
They keep supporting it.
Yeah, and they keep supporting it. Season 4 is coming.
Yep.
Of goodness gracious. So
good night.
I don't even know what I'm going to do. I have 3 seasons
You
already.
gonna buy it? That's what you gonna do. You know what you gonna do. Don't even try to act like you ain't.
Fan writers slugging me. That's what they're doing. They're slugging me. But anyways, and that's it. They support it, right? So there's a continuation of this game.
The hook has sunk.
Yeah. But anyways, my number 5 is Final Girl. That's an easy shoe-in.
I will say, if that was your only possibility for a crossover, because of how I did my list, it's not a crossover. However,
because you said it slid in already.
Yes.
Cheater.
Well, here's the thing. No, here's the thing. It was one of the ones that I was gonna pick as being it should be there, because those other ones shouldn't be there.
That's fair.
All right, that's a good pick though. Well done. My number 4 is another Viking game. And this one...
Everybody loves Vikings.
This one, I think, should be there even more. That's why it's one up.
Okay.
It should be there even more than the historical Viking one, because you're right.
Wait. Hold.
Okay.
Can I make a prediction? Does Vincent Detroit make 5 Viking games? Or 4 Viking games? Okay, well, I guess I can't predict 4 Vincent Detroit Viking games for the last 4. So
No, that's not going to happen.
Right, go ahead.
No, he doesn't. Okay, so this one's called Champions of Midgard.
Oh.
This is, I think, historical value of 878 Vikings. Absolutely, it should be there. I like it. But as far as a Viking game is concerned, that has kind of every aspect of being a Viking or going a Viking that you would possibly want in a game, I think Champions of Midgard has it. Yeah. Especially if you include, and I really do believe that you should include the expansions for Valhalla and for the mountains, the Dark Mountains. Those 2 expansions should be part of the base game, period, end of discussion, hard stop. But they weren't. So you have to go out and purchase them. You will not be disappointed if you do, however.
Nope.
So it's a great worker placement game, a great little dice rolling game as well, because your dice are basically your warriors, and there's different kinds of warriors that you can go out. The Valhalla expansion brings in these little tokens that you get when your Vikings die in combat, and you can use those as kind of like a set collection thing to purchase more ways you can get points. It's just a great game, and it is criminal that it's not in the top 100.
Fair. I would have put this on there, but I know for a fact that it was on there for several years.
And it's fallen out.
And it's kind of slipped out. So, but it's great. It'll always be top 150 regardless. But very much so, top 100 game. Get rid of all the duplicates. It's in there anyways. That's a great game. It'll always be one of the best games ever made. Love it to death.
I agree.
All right. My number 4, I don't want to call it a prediction because this game has been out for... Well, no, this is a prediction. Sure. This one's going in the top 100 eventually, I believe.
Just call him the Prophet JT.
It is kind of balanced out where it's sitting, but it's sitting at 200 right now. But this is a game that's only been out since 2023, and 30,000 people have it now, and 30,000 more people will have it in a year and a half, probably.
You think so?
It's possible,
They're going to sell 30,000 copies in the next 2 years?
Earth. Earth is a fantastic game.
You're probably
continues
right.
to climb. Earth, as far as tableau builders, as far as all the mechanics in the game, as far as the trees and the wildlife and all that different stuff that's going on, plus the expansions, Earth is just going to continue to climb. Earth is very much every bit as much as an Everdale or it's going to be in the conversation in my brain. It's already in the conversation with Everdale and viticulture and all of those kind of evergreen games.
Think people will still be playing this in 10 years?
I know I will be.
Well, yeah.
I'm talking about I absolutely think people will still be playing Earth in 10 years.
How many people do you think on their newest Kickstarter with the Animal Kingdom, how many do you think were new people that bought base game and all of the expansions?
No, not a clue.
Not a clue.
Not a clue.
We don't have those numbers, but I'll just take a stab at it.
Not a clue.
How many new backers did they have? Do you know?
No. I don't know any of those numbers, unfortunately. I wouldn't doubt if it's, a quarter of them new backers or 30% new backers, something like that maybe. But this one's just going to continue to spread, I think. And whether we call it a slow burn or 2 years is not a slow burn to get to 200. Some games shoot up really because they got a lot of hype to them. This one's just a really good game that's just burning its way towards the top. So.
Yeah. I can see that.
I really like Earth. My wife really likes Earth, and a lot of people will end up enjoying this one for a lot of years.
All right, my number 3. There was a game that came out a few years ago called King of Tokyo that really kind of brought back into the limelight, at least for me, this idea of Yahtzee-style rolling. And I think that brought back into the limelight for the industry how popular of a mechanism that could be.
Sure.
And I think Marvel Dice Throne has really Dice Throne Season 2, and then finally Marvel Dice Throne has really capitalized on that and refined it a little bit.
Yep.
Marvel Dice Throne is my number. What number are we on? 3? Yeah. It's my number 3. I really enjoy it that much. Now, it's a placeholder because, again, I think any one of the Dice Thrones could be up there.
I think if any Dice Throne up there, it has to be Marvel.
You do?
Yep.
Why?
Just because of the recognition of the characters and the connection to the IP.
I can see
and how
that.
much fun it is to play Spider-Man versus play the Necromancer.
Sure.
They're all really good, but I think if any hit the top 100, it has to be Marvel.
Marvel Dice Throne or X-Men.
Yeah.
I think X-Men would also be a viable choice.
I think X-Men works for people like us, but for the younger generations, Marvel's a little stronger.
Yep, I agree. I can absolutely agree with that. But Marvel Dice Throne is a great game. Somehow, I don't know how they've done it, but they make each character feel like that character. It's just... It's uncanny. See what I did there? But it's very cool, and I think it definitely deserves to be up there. We'll see, I guess, to see if it ever whittles its way up there. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't look it up, but I don't know what level it's at right now. But I could definitely see it rising, and I think it should. Marvel Dice Throne, my number 3.
I could see that one hitting there.
Cool.
It's got wide appeal, and it's pretty easily accessible too.
Yes.
To get a hold of at least a couple of players. So, all right, my number 3. This game's going to be in the top 100, and if this game's not in the top 100, I like doing this, but if this game's not in the top 100, I would like to see them do a sequel. I don't want to say, okay, so this game is $487 right now, and it's a pretty brand new game. It's a 2024 game, and it's going to climb, because every time somebody plays it, and this is Let's Go to Japan. I can tell you that.
Nice.
I can tell you the first time I saw Let's Go to Japan, I wasn't even interested in playing it. There's no anything there in that box, in the cards, in anything that makes me think, oh, this is going to be a good game. I heard from people that started saying, hey, I really like this game. This is a really good game. This is a really good game. You got to try it. And then I tried it, and absolutely, this is a super fun game. I wish the theme, not that there's anything wrong with going to Japan, because you're going to Tokyo and to Kyoto,
yeah.
and you're riding the train back and forth between them. There's a whole mechanism there as you're drafting cards, and you're basically setting up what your trip is going to be like for 7 days. And then you're scoring that tableau in order of those cards and how you play them. But mechanically, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
But if this had a little bit different theme or a little bit more appealing, I don't even know. Like I said, I don't want to say going to Japan is not appealing.
Yeah.
But it's not like, as soon as you see that cover, you don't think...
Unless you're already interested in Japan or Japanese things.
But you know what I mean?
Yes,
theme,
absolutely.
I don't know what the theme would even be.
Right.
The mechanisms in this game and the way it works is a fantastic game.
Well,
it's awesome.
David, the guy that comes to Steamers every once in a while, he said he bought that game thinking that it would be a very nostalgic for him. It's not.
No, it's not.
Because he's been to almost a lot of the places and done a lot of the things. Yeah. He says it reminds him of planning for the trip more than the trip itself.
Sure. And that's kind of what it is. You're planning for your trip, and then you're scoring how well you do. I'll say, to me, this is better than Wingspan as far as mass market appeal. If it had a different theme. This is a really good game.
Yeah, no,
this is a cool game.
I absolutely agree with it. I've played it twice, and I've enjoyed immensely both times.
Yep.
It's very fun. So my number 2 is a Zombicide game, and I guess I just like Marvel because that's the one that goes here. Marvel Zombicide, a Zombicide game. Now, there were 2 Zombicide games that I was thinking about for this list. This one was higher on my top 100, so it's the one that got the place. I wasn't going to put 2 of the same basic game because that's the original conundrum that we have. But Marvel Zombies is my favorite way to play Zombicide at this point.
Me too.
I really like the Western one, even though I've only played it once or twice. I really like Black Plague as well. But Marvel Zombies, for what we were talking about with Marvel Dice Throne, it just has that appeal.
Yeah.
And you get to play against or as Marvel superhero zombies.
Yeah.
That's just cool. And Simon knocked it out of the park as far as production value is concerned. And it's really, really good. And I enjoy it. I think it should be up there. I would imagine it's zombies is why it's not. But that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I think it should be up there too. But Zombicides, you're either like them or you hate them.
Right.
Like, there's a lot of people that are like, Zombicide is a garbage game. Like, it's a garbage system.
Yeah.
Like, they just don't like the way it works.
I know a lot of people that don't have any interest because it's zombies.
Yeah, and that's true too. But there's a lot of people that play it that don't like the system because they don't like the dice chucking. Because this is really a Ameritrash game, and it's so fun. Yeah.
So fun.
I think that's the reason it's not in there. I think Zombicide just has a stigma for the people that don't like it. It's just 2 camps. And I really like it. I'd love to see it in the top 100 for sure.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, my last 2 are, I guess, labors of love. These are just 2 games that I think need to be in the top 100. I don't know if they'll ever be there. They need to be there. Okay? I know my number 2 will never be there unless there's some cool things that happen. But my number 2 is number 1319 right now. 1,319 right now. This is from Thunderworks Games, and it's 5 years old, which doesn't give me a lot. But if this game came out in Target...
Just the prison one?
Yes. If this game came out in Target or in mass market and got through Barnes & Noble and got into some of those places and people started to pick them up... This game's called Lockup, a role-player adventure, a role-player tale, excuse me. It's not a very heavy game, but you have a little prison with these cute little, whatever, bad guys. You can be the orcs or the insect people or whatever else, but you have these tokens, and each of the gang members that you have has a number to them, and that's basically their strength. And you're going to place them out through the jail one at a time. Some of them face down, so people don't know what numbers they are. Some of them face up, and you're basically bidding on these different locations. And then whoever wins the bid, gets the slime or the sludge or the scrap or whatever it is, and then you start making prison utensils. But it's very cute. It's not crazy. It's not like
Prison utensils.
yeah, no, it's not like that. It's a very cute game. It's a very fun mechanism that you can put on the table. You can play with anybody. You give them 7 of these little characters, and they will start bidding, and they will start getting nervous about what you're bidding about.
Right.
This game, for mass market appeal, if we could get it out there mass market and into places and into people's hands, I think it would go like wildfire. That's what I think.
Probably could.
I think this game could easily be a household name. But that's my number 2. Lock up a role player tale. I might be a champion for this game. I love this game a lot.
Yep. My number 1, you talked about being a champion. I don't know that I'm really a champion of this game. This game stands on its own 2 legs, frankly. It's got an entire system behind it that's branched out into almost every conceivable branch of historical war-themed games. And I think that's the main reason why this game isn't higher.
I would agree.
And it is Memoir 44. This is an entirely great family weight game that should be higher. I don't know why. I think it's not even in the. I don't believe it's in the top 200. The last time I checked, I think it's like 250, or something like that, 230.
I think it's very niche.
And I agree with that, but I think the problem is that people call it a war game, and I get that, but it's not a traditional war game. It's a war-themed game, and even that in and of itself is something that's holding it back, probably.
What? This is a war game. You take your army and you fight my army.
I understand
and
that.
You move your tanks.
But if you say that to people who play ASL,
it's
Combat
not,
Commander,
that's
they act like you just spit in their face.
Yeah.
So it's not a war game. It's a war-themed board game.
Sure.
And that's one of the monikers for it, I think. Or not monikers, but that's one of the things that's holding it back. One of the stigmas. Because...
We'll call it War Game Light.
Sure. I mean, that's pretty much what it is, I just wish... I am very happy that Days of Wonder is coming out with a new edition, and they're going to continue supporting the line. That's good news. So maybe it'll grow. Maybe it'll climb back up a little bit.
Maybe.
That's my number 1, Memoir 44. It's not there, and it should be.
All right. Well, it should be for Sam. That's okay.
It should be for everybody.
All right. Well, my number 1 is a game that, just due to the mechanics and the beauty of this game and everything about it, it should be in the top 100. This is called Aquatica. I think Aquatica, as far as all those mid-weight Euro games that you're playing, that are all scattered throughout the top 100, this one fits right in with so many of those. Aquatica is a game where it's 566 currently. Wow. So, which I would have thought it was higher, honestly. When I looked at it, I figured it was like 200-300s, but hopefully it'll grow. It's still being, it's got a couple expansions out now. People are playing it. But Aquatica, you have a hand of cards, and with that hand of cards, they're all different underwater characters, and they have different abilities that they do. They help you take locations. They help you take other character cards and the locations either by buying them or conquering them. And like I said, you're collecting more character cards at the same time to increase how good your hand is. And then it has a really cool mechanism that as you take locations, you get to, if you want to talk about combo-tastic games, Sam always thinks I like combo-tastic games. This one I like combo-tastic for sure. I don't, but I do. Sure, some.
You do.
Some. But you have a board, and those location cards slide inside your board. And then as you spend the things that are on them, they slide up until there's nothing left on those cards. And you can't score them until you've used up all of the resources. And then you have to use a special card or a card that has that ability so that you can score them into your treasure pile and get more locations. It's a really cool game.
It is.
It's a really cool game.
I
love this game to death.
It's a very cool game. It's got a lot of neat mechanisms that are involved. That whole idea of spinning up your cards and and using them and pushing them up underneath, and then that's just a really cool thing. I like the component value. That player board is a really cool thing as well. So I totally agree with you. I don't think that you mentioned any games that I would have thought, doesn't belong there.
Not gonna go there.
Yeah,
This one may never make it there. I don't know, but I think this one will always be a strong game.
Sure.
And it'll get pretty close at least. But I'd love to see it in the top 100.
Absolutely agree. All right. Well, that's that. Our top 5 games that should be in the BGG top 100. Let us know in the comments what games we missed that you think should be in that top 100 category, and we'll respond to you. We'll thank you for it. Give us a like, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you can be let known when we have more videos coming on out. And we'll thank you for it. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take care.
Do me a favor, go buy a copy of all of these games for me. Go on BGG, heart them, like them. So push them up. Push them up for me.
Don't do that. That's not good.
Yeah, please. You'll love them.
That's not cool. You probably will love them, but don't do that.